Welcome to Writing Video 1. We're going to look at a writing model today. We are working on a compare and contrast paragraph, and I would like to read through this writing model together. The prompt is to write paragraphs comparing and contrasting two people you admire. So let's look at the first paragraph. My brothers Curtis and Carl are the two best athletes I know. If I ever want to learn some new sports tips, I ask one of them. Curtis and Carl have a lot of things in common. They're both great athletes. When you go into their room, you can tell right away. The two of them have awards and trophies all over the place. Each of them is on a sports team at school. They have practice every day after school. Also on weekends, they both have competitions. Curtis gets nervous before he competes, but Carl stays cool and relaxed. All right, even though that was edited out, I was going to read that last sentence. So let's talk about what makes a great compare and contrast paragraph. Okay, an introduction. An introduction that names the two subjects that are going to be compared and contrast. So here we have the introduction naming Curtis and Carl. These are the two that are going to be compared. And then you have a paragraph of comparison that gives details and it tells how the two subjects are alike. Okay, now let's read the second paragraph because this is a paragraph of contrast. However, they are not exactly the same. They are good at different sports. Curtis is a fast runner while Carl is a terrific baseball player. Curtis is in 10th grade, but Carl is in 7th grade. Curtis's hero is Jesse Owens, the track star. Carl, though, likes Cal Ripken Jr. best. I'm proud of both my brothers. Even though they love different sports, they have a lot of terrific qualities in common. They are two great athletes. Okay, do you see how that second paragraph is a paragraph of contrast, giving details that tell how the two subjects are different? Okay, we have connecting words that help readers move from one idea to the next, and then a conclusion that sums up the idea. It says, I'm proud of both my brothers, and they're two great athletes. This is a great conclusion to this. All right. So why do you think this Curtis gets nervous before he competes, but Carl stays cool and relaxed? Why do you think that was edited out of the first paragraph? Do you remember what the first paragraph was? It was a comparison contrast paragraph, sorry. Comparison paragraph that tells how the two subjects are alike. But Curtis gets nervous before he competes and Carl stays cool and relaxed is not a comparison. It's a contrast. It's something that's different about them. So we had to take those out of that paragraph. Okay? Now, good writers organize their ideas in an order that's easy for a reader to understand. When you compare and contrast, good writers put similar ideas together, like in the model. Now, writers often will tell how the subjects are alike first, just like in our model, and then how the subjects are different in the second paragraph. They're going to use topic sentence to tell the main idea. So they are the two best athletes I know is the main idea. Okay. Then they use supporting details to explain how the subjects are alike and how they're different. Look at these sentences on your screen. Andy and Philip were two of the top runners. Philip was from Canada, but Andy was from the United States. Which sentence compares and which sentence contrasts? The first sentence compares. Andy and Philip are the top runners. The one that contrasts and talks about differences is that Philip was from Canada, but Andy was from the United States. Okay? If I were to add the sentence, Philip and Andy were in the race for the same reason, would that belong in the comparing or the contrasting paragraph? It would be in the comparing paragraph because it's something that is the same about Philip and Andy. They're running for the same reason. To get a better sense in practice, organizing a comparison, a compare and contrast paragraph, turn to page 170 in your reader's notebook. This is about the organization of said paragraph. So you're going to read each sentence that gives a comparing or contrasting detail, and then write whether it is a comparison, tells how they're alike, or contrast, tells how they're different. So Andy Payne and Peter Gavuzzi both competed in the International Transcontinental Foot Race. Is that comparing or contrasting? Right, this is compares because it's telling us how the two are like. Okay, you're going to do that for the rest of the statements. And then you're going to think of a topic sentence for a paragraph that compares Andy and Peter. You're going to write the sentence and then write a topic sentence for a paragraph that contrasts Andy and Peter. And you're going to write it on the second set of lines. So how they're alike and how they're different. I also want you to start thinking about the prompt in comparing and contrasting two people you admire, and be ready to start some pre-writing in the next video.